Hey, hey, hey. How are you all, guys? It's lovely to see you all. Good afternoon. Hi, Purple Butterfly. Hi, Sharon. Hey, Jail. How are you all? JPL's in the house. We have a few people listening. I've just decided to do a short live to talk about what on earth's going on in the true crime community right now in regards to Summer Wells and where I stand on everything, because I'm literally about to lose the plot. I am becoming depressed with this, guys. It's making me really unwell, to be honest. Just not knowing or having any more answers. And it seemed easier to deal with when we had Dawn on YouTube every 5 minutes, because it kind of gave us something to discuss and try and pick at and, work out what was going on. And yeah, JPL, my head's spinning too every day. Yep, Sharon, it's been 7 months, 11 months, and still no close to finding Summer. I mean, we're coming up to nearly a year, and it is making me ill. I feel fed up with it. I'm like looking every day to see if there's anything new. Most of the creators are getting fed up too. They tend to be going down a different route and creating drama with each other, which just isn't me. So I'd prefer to just stay quiet or concentrate on other things rather than going down that route. But then it's like you make a video and you spend 4 hours making a documentary about a real true crime that happened like a few years ago, and nobody watches it. Like, it's so frustrating because everybody wants to know what's going on with the Summer Wells case. Hi, Candice. Hi, darling. So what's going on? Unless you've been living under a rock for the last 24 hours, you will be aware that Ziggy, as you may know her in the community, she has her channel and she goes live practically every night. I don't watch every night, but she does go live. And last night she had Benny on, and this woman came into the chat and she was saying that she knew Sheriff Ronnie Lawson. And she'd been asking him about the case. I think she'd worked for him for a few years. I'm not sure, but she said she knew him quite well. And she was asking him. And of course, there's so much that they can't tell you because it's an open investigation. But he did say to ask the YouTube true crime community to try and find out why it took 4 hours for Summer to be reported missing. Why did they see her at, say, for instance, 2 in the afternoon, 2:30, but not report her missing until 6:30 at night? That was kind of the gist that I got. I don't know if you watched it. And now, why would Ronnie Lawson say this? To me, it's because Candace and Dawn are not speaking anymore. They're not speaking unless it's through their lawyers. I'm guessing even then they're probably not saying a lot. So he doesn't really have any way of trying to get them to speak. And this is maybe a way of trying to get them to open up, knowing that they do open up to YouTubers sometimes. I mean, as we've seen it over the last so many months, they do occasionally open up to YouTubers. So maybe it was his way of trying to get this question answered, but without actually asking the question himself, knowing that they are not cooperating right now. What do you think about that? Do you think that that's what he's doing? He's trying to get a response this way because he knows that this is the way that it works. If they're not responding to his questions. So that's too much information for Ronnie to put out there. Well, it's this woman. I can't remember her name. Now. And she came onto Ziggy's panel last night. She knows Ronnie Lawson. Apparently, she's worked with him for years. And she'd asked if there was anything that she could take from the case that she could put out. And he said no. But there was one thing she could ask the community, and that was why did it. Now, that's my thoughts on this is, and I've been racking my brains all morning, is, sorry about the cats meowing in the background, guys, is that it's got to be related to the fact that they're not speaking. Like, they're just not opening up. They're not speaking to, they've stopped responding to comments and questions from Sheriff Lonnie Lawson. So maybe Michelle. Yes, I think it was Michelle. Just the facts. Yep, I think it was a Michelle. You can obviously go back and watch that. I will put the link in the description box when I've finished this live, if you want to go across and watch it. I'll even put a timestamp on for you, if you haven't seen it, or if you want to go back and watch it again. But this was something that they wanted to pass on. Now, of course, this has got my brain going, spinning, and I'm sure it has everybody else that's seen this. Phoebe says that, oh, it's jumped. Phoebe said that doesn't seem like Lawson's style. Well, the thing, Phoebe, that's that I didn't think so either. But this woman seemed really genuine. And the other thing is, if they're not responding to him in any of his questions in any capacity, it's maybe the only way he has to try and get that question answered, if that's the biggest question they have. No, not Michelle After Dark. No, it was a Michelle that came into Ziggy's chat, and she's been on before. I think Ziggy knows her. This Michelle is following the true crime community, following the Summer Wells case, and she knows Ronnie Lawson, so she'd asked him. I mean, you can make of it what you want, but it you know, it just got my head spinning. So it just got me thinking, did she go missing that day? Or did she go missing on the weekend? Now, do you remember this? I'm going to show you something.
You know, he was supposed to go to work Sunday. He didn't show up. Monday, I go in and he's sitting on a tub, like, head down and just distraught. And I'm like, this ain't good.
And then, like I said, I dapped up, we went inside, talked about it. And then she said, you want to go fishing summer? I said, do you care if I come with? Because it's summer. And I treated her like a little sister.
Right.
And she said, you got to ask Allie. I asked if I could come with because summer was going. I went to ask her, she said that's fine because there's no problem with going fishing for a little bit and come back.
Sure.
So, why... It just confuses me as to what was going on with Don. Why didn't he turn up for work on Sunday? He always came into work on the weekends. He didn't turn up on the Sunday. They had this job to do. And when he did turn up on the Monday morning, he was sat on the toilet looking really upset with himself, according to the guy that he worked with. So if that's the case, then why did he not come in on the Sunday? Why, what happened on that Sunday? Did something happen the day before? So that's kind of always in the back of my mind. Did something actually happen to Summer the day before? And that's why they had time to concoct this story, get H on side. I mean, every time he opened his mouth, his mum was looking at him. It's like, but why would she be involved if they're not friends anymore? Having said that, I heard that they are friends. I don't know. But then, just after Summer went missing, they reported her missing ages after. Let me just think a second. So they're saying that the last people to see Summer, she went to the swimming hole, was possibly Ali and H when he got dropped off, because Ali confirms that she saw Summer. But what happens if Ali was lying? Like, we had the neighbours on and they said that she never went to the truck. So if she never went to the truck and Ali never saw her, that could widen that timeline even more than 4 hours. Because it's funny how she hasn't been on YouTube since we called her out for not going over to the truck. And if that's the case, then when were those videos taken of Summer? When were they uploaded? What do you think, guys? Let me read some of these comments. The best chance to solve this case is to put them away for another crime. Yeah, well, that's what I thought with Don, but he doesn't seem to be saying anything that we're aware of anyway. Anything is possible. They're all liars, and that's the problem, and that's why we're not getting anywhere, because I think they're all lying. But what is in it for them? People don't tend to do things unless there's something in it for them, not something big like lying for a friend over a missing child. So are they lying because they've got something on them as well, and they know that if they don't lie for them, they don't lie for Don and Candace, then they'll be in trouble? Have they been threatened that if they don't do something, they'll end up in jail? Or what is the situation? I don't get it, but I do feel that everybody's lying. Otherwise we'd have at least one story that actually made sense. I mean, is there one story in this case that actually makes sense to you? Anybody? Emma, I listened to the video this morning about H. He stole the car for the lady's child. That was what the lady said, who had the baby girl he took. Yeah, I heard that as well. And I think that might be one of the reasons why he ended up having to leave home and go wherever he went. Oh, Hip, bless you, darling. Well, talking about that, I was just listening to Benny. He had a live, and I know not everybody likes Benny, but I like to keep up with what's going on all the channels, and if I can, so long as they're not bashing each other. And he was, I don't know if he's made friends with Dolly, I'm not quite sure, but anyway, they were talking about buying this drone. I don't know if they're buying it together or separately or what, but I seem to remember Benny saying that he was going to be down there as the mark of the year anniversary of Summer going missing. So I don't know if they're going to take a drone down there. I did find some photos of the lake. Now, I don't know if you've seen my community page. I posted some pictures. Candace has, I don't know if it's a new Facebook page or whether it's an old Facebook page, but she seems to have been posting some photos recently of herself, well, query fishing down by this particular lake, and there's like a little jetty, like a little pier jetty thing. I've also found a picture way back from Summer stood on that jetty, and also one of her jumping in off that jetty, or one of the kids jumping in off that jetty, and that's where she seems to keep going. So I sent that to Benny, and I'm like, I know you've said this phone has been thrown in the water. This is where Candace has been posting photos of recently, down by this down by this lake. Could it be something? So I posted it on I didn't hear back from him anyway. I posted it on my community page for people to see, and there were people questioning, is it the same place? But I think it is. I think it's just a different angle that she posted it as the first time she took a photo of the kids on it, and Summer had like one of those suits on, those like floaty suits. But yeah, no, I'm not really in any communication with the guy. I just thought I knew he was going, and I knew he was talking about the phones. So I thought if I send him the photos of the lake, then if he is going to go down there, then maybe he could check it out. Like, that was literally it. But I don't know. Let me just change this photo. The reason why I put this photo up on the screen is because it's not fully uploaded, but what it did actually say at the top is that Summer and Grandma and Candace actually did drop Hunter off early. That was one of the first messages that got put up on Facebook just after Summer went missing. It was literally the day after, or that night, and it was that Hunter had been brought back early. So whether they were planning on taking him back to the house with them, whether he was going to stay over the night, whether, I don't know, whatever was happening. But they did say that Hunter got dropped off early. I think it might have been his sister or one of his relatives had posted that he'd been dropped off early. So if he'd been dropped off early, why? Why was he dropped off early? What would that reason be? Would it be because something had happened at the waterhole, maybe? You know, what happened down there that caused them to have to feel that they had to drop Hunter off early? And then I haven't got it uploaded here, but there's also a message. I think it's something that Grandma Grandis put on Facebook at the time. I think she was replying to somebody. And do you remember it said, Hun? She's not very good at abbreviating, but she'd put Hun, Sum, I, Candace were planting flowers. Hun, Sum, I, Candace. I think that was Hunter, Summer, me, and Candace. I think Hunter was there. And I don't know why he's lying. And I don't know if he is lying. But to me, I feel he is. I don't know what went on that day. I have no idea. But there's something not right. And I think, like somebody said before, there's a lot of people lying in this case. So why is there a 4-hour timeline? And who were the last people to see her alive? And why, when you have a mother of 3 boys and a girl, do you not really know when your child goes missing? So remember the call that came in from Candace or Dawn to the TBI, and it said, Mum had gone for a run. When she came back, after 10 minutes, daughter was missing. 10 minutes. So, first of all, Candace has never been for a run in her life. Second of all, I don't believe it was 10 minutes since she'd last seen her. And if that's the case and it was 10 minutes, then it's obvious that the TBI don't agree or believe a word she says or Donald says about the 10 minutes, because otherwise they wouldn't be saying that she was last seen early that afternoon. Let me read some of these comments. Whole thing is a ruse. Everything about Summer drowning. So, do you believe, guys, that she drowned? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe she drowned or something happened at that waterhole, say. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think she got home and something happened at the home, put a 2 in the chat. Or if you think Candace took her somewhere, put a 3 in the chat. Let's see what everybody thinks. So, did something happen at the waterhole? 1. At the house? 2. And something nefarious else with Candace taking us somewhere? 3. So we've got a few 1s. A few people think something happened at the waterhole. We've got a few people. Oh, there's quite a lot of 3s. So a lot of people think that Candace maybe took us somewhere. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about her and H trying to have time alone? And maybe that was the reason why she just wanted rid of her, or maybe Summer walked in on something or came over and saw something she shouldn't have seen. She got mad, thought it was going to relayed back to Dawn, and, got angry with her. And, that's kind of something that crossed my mind, whether it be at home or down by the waterhole. Watched something, saw something she shouldn't have seen. Candace got angry and, that was another thing that kind of crossed my mind. Just having a drink. I don't know. My head is spinning with it. And honestly, it's getting me down, guys. I wish I had something to bring you. And I know I'm not making the videos that I was every day, 2 a day. But I'd rather be quiet than make up shit and post it every day just so you've got something to watch. And you know me, I'm not always about the facts. I try to be about the facts. Sometimes it's theory, sometimes it's questioning the situation, or what do you think about this? I'm not going to say I'm a whole facts girl, because there isn't always facts to go with. But I always try and bring you what I can, but I'm not going to make stuff up just to make content. And that's why I've not been on as much as I was. I just wish I could, because I love making my summer videos, but it's getting me down. Just, it's my hobby. I absolutely love making content, but I'm getting like kind of fed up, like you guys are, all of you. Like, I look at her pictures every day and I just think, how, why, where, what, when, just as you all do. So I know Jodie has been more and more in the limelight recently. I've seen her on one of the channels, and then there was something said about her son, which of course I haven't paid much attention to that. Why did Jodie Sue and her daughter say that Andy seen Summers? Oh God, I haven't heard that, you know. I never actually saw a video of that, Rosemary. Oh no, it wasn't Rosemary that said that. Wait, it said we jumped. Have faith in me too said that. Apparently Jodie Sue said that Andy had seen her body. I've not seen that. If you've got that, put the link somewhere for me. Like, send me the link and I'll have a look at it. But I mean, was she drunk, or what are you chewing on now, you stupid cat? Come here. What are you oh, you've got a hair in your mouth. Right, stop it. Go and get down now. Stop it. So, yeah. I wish I could. I wish I had some answers. Like, yeah, keep it classy, guys. As always, keeping it classy on this channel. As always. She's deleting a bunch of her videos as well. Why? Question mark. I don't know. And do you know what? I think when her name first came out, I like watched a couple of her streams. But to be honest with you, with no disrespect, she talks a little bit slow for me. So not that there's, you know, I'm not talking about the problem she's had. I just mean she talks quite slow. So I was having to speed it up. And I found that to get to the point, you had to watch like a 2-hour live just to get to like a 20-second point. And it kind of bored me a bit. So, you know, no disrespect to her, I just found it difficult to watch. Yeah, no, I don't think it was because she's had the operation. It was nothing to do with that. She just talks quite slow and kind of goes on and on and on, and gets to the point like halfway through. So you've got to like watch it all just to get a 20-second point, if you know what I mean. So who have we got in here? Hi, Muffin Top, Susie, anyone? Rosemary and Tyne. We've got Candice, Mallory, Brenda, Lit Lulu, Mallory, JL. Kenny's here. Hi, Kenny. Don't worry, darling. So, and Little Minx. Yeah, talks in riddles. So, the timeline. Is it obvious that Sheriff Lawson and the TBI don't believe a word Don and Candace are saying? And is that why they are going on the statements from Ali and H? They were the last ones in their mind to have seen her alive at 2:30 when he got dropped off. So is that why they're what's this? Is that I am from TV9 Live, please add me. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, is that showing us that they don't believe a word that Candace and Don have said? Is that the reason why that they're going on Hunter and Ali's? Right, just leave the chat because she's starting to annoy me, please. Goodbye. Thank you. gone. Right, I think he's gone. So I honestly don't think they believe a word that Candace and Don have said. I think they're trying to get as much information. What's all this TV10? I'm from TV10 and you can FO. What's all that about? I am lost. I don't know what TV10 is, but I'm not having somebody coming in here spamming my chat with all that stuff. So we're in the middle of chatting about summer. We're not here chatting about TV10. I don't know what that is. So you've kind of put me off my stride now. Yeah, so I just look at these photos of these people, and when Hunter was talking, they were both kind of looking at him as if to say, be careful what you say. You've got Candace, who gets asked by the media to talk and doesn't want to talk. You've got Don, that manipulates situations, puts out false narratives, and is currently locked away for his drinking record. And then we've got Allah here, who I don't know how much of that is covering for a son. We've got H, who seemed to be telling the truth somewhat. Having said that, some of the stuff he said seems to have come out that it's not the truth. We've got Grandis, who disappears off every 5 minutes as soon as the going gets tough, because in air brackets, she's depressed and can't cope with the situation. But she was there apparently at the time when, you know, Summer went missing, down by the river, even though she couldn't walk because she'd just been in the ER having injections in her knee. You've got all of these, all of the authorities, all of the services spending hundreds of thousands of dollars searching for a child. I don't know. You've got a crazy mother posting photos at 6:06 p.m. just when you say your daughter's missing, but you're posting to Facebook. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's wearing me down. Like, it's just wearing me down thinking about it. So, Chasing Justice, hi. Nice to see you. So we've just been talking about this timeline, what's going on, how they're apparently getting some drones and going down there. I do hope they find something, although it's sad to think what they will find. But I just wish somebody would tell the truth once and for all. I wish Candace would come forward and actually say when she last saw her daughter, instead of coming out with rubbish about how they were planting flowers. Because as far as I can see, they were all there planting flowers that day. There was Hun, Sum, I, and Candace, all planting flowers. Although they didn't look much like flowers to me. So I think they were all there. Hi, crazy, crime crazy critters on the farm. Hi. Hi, Moz. It's nice to see you all in the chat. Thank you for coming in and supporting the channel. It's really nice to see you all. I was just saying, it's just like really getting me down. I'm frustrated. I'm wanting to make videos about Summer to keep her name out there and to keep her alive in the, you know, in everybody's minds, wherever you are in the world. But yet there's nothing really to say. So I've tried making videos with just photos. I want to do what I can, but I don't want to just make videos of nothing, you know, when there's nothing really to say. And it was easier when Don was on YouTube every day talking crap, because at least we had something to try and pick at and go over, and Emma, I don't think Don would cover for H. I do believe Candace, well, I don't think he would cover for H either, but I think he would cover for Candace. And somebody asked him on Facebook right at the beginning of the case, did you know that your wife was buying alcohol for Hunter? And he said, his comment was, no way, that never happened. Well, we know it happened because Candace has even said that it happened. Although she said only one, she's admitted it. Ali has admitted that Candace bought H alcohol. But what Don's done. Don was telling everybody that it never happened. I mean, how much would he believe her? Like, if something had happened, would they cover for each other? As in, if she had been doing something with H, would he lie for her? I don't know. So do you think she went missing the day before, and that's why Don was crying on the toilet and didn't go into work on the Sunday? Somebody says I had a super chat. Oh, sorry guys. I was looking away. I was looking down. Oh, thank you, Our Lady Chantel. Oh, thank you so much. Sent the super sticker. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you for letting me know, Candice. I'm a bit useless. I'm on my phone, you see. I'm not on the computer today. I'm sat downstairs in the living room, and so I'm just sat here with the cats having a chilled out day. I was going to make a video. I wasn't sure what to make the video about. I don't want to just make up rubbish just for content, and that's why I've not been like about as much. Thank you, Candice. So as I was saying, who thinks that she actually went missing the day before or on the Sunday, and that's why Donald didn't come into work on the Sunday? Can you hear the purring? I'm so sorry. That's Boz. Stop purring so loudly. You're interrupting the stream. Okay, stop it. And because he never turned up, did he? He never turned up for work on the Sunday. He was supposed to turn up. He didn't. And then when he came on the Monday, his colleague said that he was sat on the toilet crying or looking really, really fed up, like he'd just, I don't know. If it wasn't for those videos, I'd say something happened on the weekend, because that would give them a lot longer to come up with some kind of story that they could all, some kind of narrative that they could all go along with. Susie says, irrelevant. She's gone. Ooh, really? Yeah, it's really relaxing having a cat purring, actually, Mimi. Just makes me want to fall asleep. She lays with me by my ear every night, and it just kind of sends me to sleep. So the boyfriend went on a holiday to see his relatives and friends in Egypt. He came back. He's been back 3 weeks, and I've barely seen him. He's been working. We've been on completely opposite shifts. So what with that, the fact that Summer's still missing, it's just like, ugh. She was seen on CCTV camera that day. Oh, right. Kenny, which CCTV camera was that? Do you know where that was? If they planned Summer's disappearance on Sunday for Candace to carry out on Monday. Yeah, well, you see, that's what I was thinking. That's kind of, I mean, it possibly not, but it would have given them longer to plan it out and to get people involved, such as H, and to make up the story and to all get on board with it. And, you know, who's very rude for a mod? I don't have rude mods. I have lovely mods. Who's been rude? Well, May, to be honest, not really. I've just been like sat here, been on nights, so I don't feel too good. So, and just kind of just lolling around, really. Okay, Miss Jeanette, I'm sorry you were not happy here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was Don or Candace. I think both of them, to be honest. I think something happened. What I was going to say is there was a child that came round. This was really early on. There was a child that came round to the house. There was some friends that were supposed to be helping. They had an open DCS case, okay, at the house. Coming the day Summer went missing. And over that weekend, they had some friends round to help tidy up that house. Okay. And whoever these friends were, I don't know who it was, whether it was Robin or whoever, I'm not quite sure. But whoever it was, they had a girl. And the girl was friends with Summer. So while these people were helping to tidy up this house, Summer was playing with this little girl. We've seen the photo of Summer hunched over. But this girl was sent home early over the weekend. For what reason? I don't know. I've got the messages. But yeah, I wonder if I can do it while I'm online. This girl got sent home early, and I don't know why. I don't know why she was sent home early, but something happened over the weekend. I'll see if I can get it up. Let's have a look. Right, it's uploading. So apparently, here it is. You might even be able to see what it says here, but so they let this child, beginning with a J, stay there. They're best friends with Summer, and they'd been helping them clean up the house because of this DCS open investigation. Can't find the other message right now, but basically she went home early. Why did she get sent home early? I don't know. Something happened that day. I mean, have they spoken to this little girl? Has this little girl come forward and said anything? Have they spoken to her? I'm guessing they have. But I'd love to know what happened on that weekend that caused Don not to come into work on the Monday, on the Sunday, to come into work on the Monday looking really upset. Not only that, this little girl and the people that were supposed to be tidying up the house got sent home early because something happened. That was what this lady said. Something happened and they got sent home early. So, in which case, what happened over that weekend? Why was Don upset? Why did he not turn up on Sunday? And to me, it would have given them plenty more time to come up with their story, their narrative, and everything. Oh, thank you, Vixen. I love you too. That's really nice. I do have some really nice subscribers. Honestly, I think I have the best subscribers in the true crime community. You come over here, you don't want the drama, you don't want the nastiness, you know. I mean, we all listen to it every now and again, but it's just nice just to all get together and chat and, you know, say what you all think, and I'm always willing to listen. And Hip says ridiculous story. Which one? Which is the ridiculous? You mean the day before, or? Yes, my wrench. I've heard that too. I've not put it out because of the fact that they are minors, but yes, without actually saying it out loud, I did hear that too, and that's the reason why he was taken to Utah. If you want to go back and see what my wrench has put, I'm not going to read it out loud, but you can read it. That is apparently the reason why he was taken to Utah. Whether anything went on over that weekend in regards to that situation, I don't know. But that does also tell us that what else has she said? But that does also tell us as well what kind of stuff was going on in that house, because it's learned behaviour, isn't it? Kids don't grow up to just generally be like that, usually. JPL, it was said that the girl went home because the older boy, yeah. So I don't know if that happened on that day over the weekend, possibly. But I did hear that that's the reason why he got taken to Utah. So which one is true? I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason why everybody got sent home early on the weekend. Possibly. But yeah, I heard that a while ago and I was like, oh, I want to make a video about this because I want to tell you. I want to keep you up to date on everything that's been said. But because of his age and the fact that it's about summer and everything, I just thought I best not. So I didn't. I try and, vet what I go through and kind of make a decision as to what to put on. And you got to be careful, haven't you? Because you just get so much nastiness and negativity from people as soon as you post things like, why did you post that? And shouldn't you have posted that? And that picture's got a face on it. And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh my God, you can't win. You just can't win. So sometimes it's best just to, wow, there's 329 people here. Hi, guys. Lovely to speak to you all. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. I did ask Kat if she wanted to come on, but I think she's busy at the minute. She must be out with her friend. I was going to go live last night, but I wasn't feeling like it. I've been on nights, and nights, guys, if you've ever done them, are like, ugh, seriously. It's awful because your body gets used to being asleep during the day, and then when you try and turn around, it's like your body just wants to go to sleep all day, but you have to kind of turn around, otherwise you're going to not get out of that habit. So then you just spend a day feeling like a zombie. It's awful. So I'll carry on talking to you while I let Penny in the back door. She's just gone out. Penny, my daughter, by the way, not Penny from the other channel that happens to live with me. I'm just on a live, okay? Come in. So, what are we all saying? Work night shifts for years. Yes, crazy crime. I keep wanting to call you crazy crime. Crime crazy critters. You're a nurse, aren't you? So you'll know exactly what I mean. Purple Butterfly says, hi, Penny.
Hi, Purple Butterfly.
Right. So, I don't know. I still think something happened that weekend. I don't know if it's with the eldest boy. I don't know if something happened there and that's why everybody got sent home. I don't know if that's why Don didn't come into work on the Monday, on the Sunday, and that's why he looks so upset on the Monday. I don't know. None of us know. We're just going over and over it again and again, aren't we? Our little Mink says, just about to start my night shifts. Oh, bless you. It's hard work. It's okay once you get into it. It's just turning round after you've finished. You're welcome, Susie. It's nice to come on and speak to you all, because sometimes when I'm feeling just really fed up, you actually cheer me up and you kind of motivate me, because I've been sat here all day, like my hair's really greasy, I look like mess. And once I've spoken to you guys, I feel like I've got some energy to do things, because you just like all my friends. I have the best subscribers and I just love coming on and chatting to all. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, because you are really good. You're all my friends. I love you lots. So yeah, I just hope that as we are nearing this year, we get some more answers as to what happened. It would be nice if Candace would speak up a little bit more, say something, explain to us what happened, not play games anymore with all this silly, I'm going to come on in 2 days to Ernie and I'm going to tell you what happened. Just give me 2 days. And then, she never comes on. Or I'll meet you and let you search. No, I won't let you search. Okay, I will let you search. Then she's down at the river pretending to be sick. And it's just the games. And even the advocate said, I was going through some of my old videos and I'd recorded the advocate like really early on. Some of my old videos are full of content. I went through them earlier on and some of them are really good. For messages and things that I caught at the time, because I tried to be quite thorough and pick up a bit of everything. And this advocate that was talking to them at the time was saying that she was on the phone to them and they were saying, oh, what can we do? Have you got any ideas on what games we can play to wind the sisters up and things like that? And you've got a child that's like literally been missing weeks and you're sat there drunk trying to think of games you can play to wind your sisters up, and then add that on top of the fact that none of them are searching. It's crazy. Anna, I heard that Candace was apparently with a friend at the minute. I don't know if that's true. Somewhere else, staying with a friend. I mean, she's got nothing at home, has she? She's given all the dogs up, and the cats, as far as I'm aware. Grandis has disappeared off to Wisconsin to fill up a medicines cabinet, and the boys have gone. They've been taken off her, just as every child that she's ever had has, and Summer's missing. So I mean, I wouldn't be able to leave that property because I'd be thinking, well, what happens if Summer just comes back? What happens if Summer just, I mean, I know she's not going to come back, but as a parent, you wouldn't be able to leave that house. Surely you'd be like, what happens if she comes back? You'd spend years living there. You wouldn't want to sell the house just in case, that one chance that she might just walk through that door. Well, that's what I'd be like anyway. Yeah, should we all go round there, pretend that we've gone to help clean the house and things, and just go in there and see if we can. So I forgot something earlier. This is quite interesting. Let me see if I can upload it. I got it from, I think it was Bullhorn Betty was on earlier. And this was what, take my glasses off. And this was what the TBI had said about the investigation. So they'd been to 110 Ben Hill Road, preserved the integrity of the investigation. They weren't providing any further details, but they were saying that they had searched the home and property and around the residence more than once, including the basement, crawl space, all vehicles and outbuildings, barrels. So they've obviously seen things that, like we've been putting online, and other items located at the property. Additionally, they had canine teams specializing in a variety of search methods. They've searched the phones, computers belonging to the Wells, and they've been working alongside the sheriff's office, FBI. So I mean, I'm guessing with all these dogs and things that they've had available to them, they sound like they've been pretty thorough. I mean, as you've seen by the photo of the house, you can actually see like a big crawl space where you can get underneath the house, which is where the dogs and cats would go to give birth and stuff. And I'm guessing they've checked all under there, the barrels, all the I mean, I saw quite a lot of like big plastic containers. So I'm guessing they've checked all of those, the sheds, the house. I mean, I would like to think that if there was anything behind a wall, the dogs would be able to tell. But I mean, Candace seems to have just suddenly disappeared. And has she gone completely? Because we know she loves her animals, or she makes out she does. Anyway, she makes out she does. How well she looks after them is a different story. But she's gone. Has she gone forever? Has she packed up and gone? Has she left Don? Or is she planning on coming back? Because to give up all of her animals and everything, kind of makes it seem a bit like it's a long-term thing. She's enjoying playing with everyone. This is the most attention she's ever gotten. Yeah, yeah. And that's what they're enjoying, because if you think about it, she grew up with her sisters. Her mum left. Her dad, apparently she didn't get on with. She was a loner at school, according to the woman I spoke to. I spoke to the woman that was friends with Grandis, and it was Candace Bly's best friend's mother in Wisconsin. And she said she was a loner. She got into a lot of trouble as a teenager, but she kept herself to herself, and she just hung around with this one girl that was her daughter at school. She probably lacked a lot of attention. So you're right there. She probably really is enjoying all the attention that's going on right now. Why would Hunter hold Milk on his lap if it was just him and Summer? Yeah, plenty of room. Yeah, and then Ali was on Pregan's channel, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, Summer was late. I saw Summer, and she was on the driver's side of the car. The driver's side. Hi, evil exists. Hi." Um, and Ali's like, "Yeah, no, it's definitely shoot. Summer was laid on the driver's side of the car." Well, guys, we've all seen that photo. Summer was never laid on the driver's side of the car. She was kind of laid slightly in the middle to the left, with her leaning towards the left. She was never on the right hand side, as far as I can see. Can't they track her down and take her in to talk? Yeah, they probably could, but if she's refusing to go with them, that's I suppose, can't even get my words out. I suppose they would have to have something on her to take her in. Otherwise, she could just refuse. And that's probably why they're saying that she's not helping with the investigation right now. And if they've got nothing to take her in on, then they don't have to. They can't. Timeline between 2:30 and 6:30, according to latest information. All lies before. Yeah, so everything we've been looking at over the last 11 months could be all wrong, which is so frustrating. So I think what they're trying to say is they don't believe a word that Candace, Grandis, and Don are saying. I think they are going on Ali and Hunter's last known sighting, because they were the last ones to see her. I think they're going on their sighting rather than Candace's, because I don't think they believe a word that those two have said, which is why they're saying she was seen early on in the afternoon. And yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. But then if Ali didn't actually walk over to the truck, she can't even confirm whether she saw her that day. And it's just strange how when I called her out and got the neighbours to speak up and say, Ali, you told everybody you never went over to the truck, and it winds you up every day and upsets you that you never did, that she's not been on YouTube since after she got called out. So I mean, this could, if the TBI are going solely on what Hunter and Ali are saying, then are those two trustworthy enough to believe? I'd say they believe none, and they're going off the CCTV footage. Yeah, good call, Kenny. Yeah, we all love evil exists. Yeah, that could be true. That they are just going off the CCTV. Maybe they just don't believe anybody. Hi all, just arriving. What are Hunter and Ali saying? Well, I mean, Hunter was saying that he was holding the milk and Summer had a head on him. Ali was saying that she walked over to the truck and Summer was laid on the driver's side, which is not true. And her neighbours called her out for telling them that she never actually went over to the truck. So I would think that they probably are just going on the CCTV. I mean, the stories have changed so much. 1 minute Grandis went to the swimming hole, the next minute she didn't. You've got Ali saying she went to the truck, the next minute she didn't. You've got Candace saying that she hadn't seen Summer for 10 minutes after they'd been planting flowers and she went inside. And now they're saying that she went missing in the early afternoon. It's like I've never known a case that's so crazy. And that's why part of me is kind of thinking, what happened on the weekend? Like, was this planned? Like, I'm an older female and would love to meet Candace for 5 minutes. We would all have the truth in seconds. Oh, God. Love from Birmingham. Oh, hi, Matthew. England. Yeah, does anybody know where Candace is right now, guys? Does anybody actually know where she is? Because when she's not playing games, going to concerts and just generally being a knob, like, what is she actually doing to find her daughter? Emma, does Grandis speak with you? Well, she's not happy with me, as we can understand. When I went live with that information, she messaged me afterwards. Well, I messaged her before I went live and I was like, I'm gonna go live with this. And she said, you better have my back. And I was like, yeah, don't worry. I promise I'll have your back. And I went live. I told her I was going live with it. And she was not happy, even though I didn't say anything bad about her. I said she was a lovely woman. I just told what had been said, and she was not happy because then, of course, she had, hi Ziggy, because she then had Don on her back and Candace, and it all blew up. So yeah, so no, she doesn't speak to me anymore. She blocked me a while after, not straight away, but a while after. I did apologise, but at the end of the day, we're here for the victims, not the suspects. She was one of the last people to see Summer alive. At the time when I brought that information out last August, nobody had even spoken or heard a word from her. So we needed to hear what she had to say. We needed to hear her side of it. Or was she sticking up for her daughter? Was she thinking it was Don? She was there. Like, we wanted to know what she had to say. And although I thought, because I did toy with it, like, I really didn't want to do that because I actually felt that she was a really nice person, but I did have to kind of remind myself that this was about Summer. They owed 80,000, so if they received 90, they made some. So what's this? Team Rose says they had a debt, I think. Did they have a substance debt? I know I heard something about them owing some money. And do you remember when it was all kicking off about the Mexico thing? And it was like, was that another game for them to kind of get everybody talking again, because they do sit around drinking, or they did sit around drinking, go, what can we do now? What kind of rumours can we start to kind of make everybody crazy? And they loved all that stuff. They played along. They just played the game. The whole we're jumping. The chatters are jumping. The whole town is run by and afraid of the cartel. What Tennessee is? Yeah. Emma, book a flight to Tri-City Airport and I will host you at my home. We will go to Beach Creek and check it out. Well, I tell you what. I have booked 2 weeks off work. One next month, June, and I'm taking Penny away because I've already booked that. But then I also have a week in August, and I'm supposed to be going away with the boyfriend, but I keep asking him to book some time off and it's just not happening. So if he doesn't book anything, I will come over. I probably will come on my own just because it's going to be cheaper, because it is quite a lot of money to come to America. I mean, you're talking like 600 pounds just to get there, and then probably about 600, 650 to get back. And we'll go check it out. But I mean, loads of people have like gone to that area. They haven't gained anything from it. It's like nobody's found her. Now, yeah, I was Google Earthing the situation, and I did find something in the woods, guys, that I didn't like the look of, and it seemed to be, I'll tell you, I'm not going to post the pictures, but do you remember the lake where the swim hole where they were swimming that day? The guy went back the following day, this guy, I think it was a guy or a woman, and they were videoing, and we saw all the cans down there, the Twisted Tea. And you saw the shoreline, and there was like a piece of purple cloth floating. Yeah, do you remember that? Okay, so I was Google Earthing for Henry Dam, and I was going right into the trees, and I found what looked like a purple piece of material, quite large, wrapped up, and it's bothered me for a while, and I don't know if it's just shading or what, but it's kind of bothered me a bit, and I'm going to keep looking at it and see what I think, because it has kind of bothered me a bit. I don't know if it's just the shading amongst the trees, but it's very purpley. It's quite deep into the woods, into the brush. I'm going to have another look and see what I think, and whether I'm just going crazy or not. Also, we have to take into consideration, like, when Google Earth images were uploaded. Could the corn mafia be a real thing? Who knows? I mean, I don't know much about that because we don't have that kind of thing over here. Summer Wells' name is very special name with lots of codes. Codes? What kind of codes? This all leads to things that are very scary and dark. I mean, with Don involved, it could be anything really, couldn't it? The name is coded. I just emailed Justin and asked him if he wanted the Jose info. He can't say I didn't tell. Sadly, the evil that exists in this world is very real. Yeah, so true. Hi, FBI. Hope you're well. I mean, do you think Don was a gang member? I don't know. I mean, he did make some reference to, like, when he was talking to Chris about how he was coming back from Mexico and he was being chased and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, what? Sounds like something off some kind of crazy film. Like, has he just got a really overactive imagination, or is it true? I don't know. I do hope they find her, though, soon. I mean, we do have to remember that some of these other cases have taken a year, but there was probably a lot more evidence with those as well. Having said that, I mean, like Barry Morphew, that took a year for an arrest. I mean, that hasn't stuck because they obviously didn't have enough to, or still trying to find more on him. But that took a year for an arrest, literally a year to the day she went missing. And then we had Maya Millette, or whatever, however you pronounce it. I can never pronounce that name. And that took a year. They had quite a lot on him. Hopefully he's going to go down. Could it be a year for Summer too? But with a huge timeline of 4 hours, I can't see how they're going to fill that. I honestly don't know how they're going to fill that. And maybe that's why they are reaching out to the true crime community, because they know that we do have people coming forward with information. People don't always want to go to the police. They don't always want to ring 911. They don't always want to ring these hotlines and speak to somebody. Sometimes they feel easier coming on and speaking behind the scenes to a YouTuber. And we've seen that, we've seen that with certain people that have been on. Oh, Mississippi girl, thank you. Bless your heart. That's really, really kind. Thank you. Oh, cheering me up. He would never reach out to YouTube. Who? Only Cheryl knows what happened, and that scared him off. Team Rose says, do you think that's why? Do you think that's why he kind of disappeared? I mean, if he does know something, I'd like to think that he told the TBI straight away, because if he hasn't, I'd be pretty, like, pissed. Like, I think all of us would be. No, I don't know. I don't know whether he knows anything or not, to be honest. Wow, it's getting so dark in here. It's like, what time is it? Wow, it's 7 p.m. 7 p.m. here, guys. 7 p.m. It's getting really kind of like miserable looking outside and like a bit dark. Put the lights on. Do you think the Rose case has got anything to do with this? I mean, we do have to remember that Don was actually around at the time when she went missing. Their oldest son is about, how old is he? 13? How old is he? 12, 13? I mean, in which case, he was around when Rose went missing, maybe not in the same place. Oh yeah, I heard that. I think that's just a rumour, Carrie. What do you think? It's not confirmed to be. Yeah, somebody was saying, oh, Candace is pregnant. Like, by who? Like, who's going to want to go there? Come on, guys. I know that sounds bad. Oh, it sounds so bad. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's really bitchy, but really? I mean, taking into consideration what's going on, I mean, like, with her child and all the lies and everything, like, you'd have to be pretty desperate, I think, to get involved in all that stuff. I would think so anyway. Sorry, Mallory. I'm like, oh. Team Rose says BK did not deny it. I don't think he would have gone there. Like, I don't really know him at all, but I don't think he would. No. If it is somebody, it would be somebody close, somebody that just lives around there, somebody that she knows. I mean, do you remember she was like always picking up random men from like gas stations and stuff. And there are crazy people that will just go up there, I guess, you know. Usually young men. I don't know. Yeah. Nah. No. Well, I thought I'd come on and talk to you all. I thought I'd let you know, if you didn't already know about this, 4-hour missing. So we did have a 2-hour gap. Now we've got about a 4-hour gap. Oh my God, I just can't with this case. It's like really getting me down. Really getting me down. I can see some people in the chat are like, yeah, BK, and then other people are like, no, BK. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not really here to talk about him. It's just, we're just talking about like this timeline and what's going on with the case. What's going to happen on this year anniversary. I mean, are they going to have a vigil? Will her mum even turn up to it? Will her mother even turn up to her year vigil? That would say a lot. And if she does, I bet you it would be her friends that would make her go. Yeah, I see you. I agree. Well, Ro, I heard that after she had the last child, she had her tubes tied. As far as I'm aware, I can't remember how I heard that. I don't know if it was Dawn, but it's a good job though, really, when she's picking up all these young kids. I hope it'll be solved. Gosh, it would be lovely. Wouldn't it be lovely? Her tubes are tied, thank goodness for that. Yeah, what are the uppers, guys? Who are the uppers? Like the uppers? Like who says that? Oh, just contact the uppers. I gave the phone to the uppers. What? Like, I don't see anybody as above me. I don't see anybody as below me. I don't think of people as uppers or downers. Like, it just seems like a really strange thing to say. It's kind of the sort of thing you'd say when you're talking about substances, like uppers. What? That's kind of trying to make out that these people are above you. Nobody's above you. Nobody's below you. Like, what the hell? So who are these uppers then? Like, come on, guys. I mean, we're talking about lawyers, solicitors, friends, advocates. I don't know. I have no idea. The uppers. A load of crap. Yes, Selena. 6-year-old summer female, 4 feet tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, last seen wearing pink shirt, grey pants, possibly barefoot. June 15th, 2021, Rogersville, Tennessee. For anybody listening who doesn't know what I'm talking about. People in positions of authority are uppers. Yes, of course you can use any video you want. I just had a message, somebody just asking me if they can use a video. I think it was Ziggy. No problem. Anything to help Summer. Okay then, guys. I'm just going to read this out. Candace says, any information about Summer's whereabouts, please contact the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'm going to go because I'm running out of things to say, and I don't like to just be on here talking nonsense and wasting everybody's time. Oh, bless you. I've got a super chat here. This is lovely. Thank you, Adora's Mama's Garden. She says, start with what we think we know. We think we know H was dropped off at 2:30. We do know the 911 call came in at 6:30 p.m. That's 4 hours. What does Ronnie Lawson think happened at 2:30? By the way, the uppers are the PIs working for Don and Candace. Right, I see. So, yes, we've got that 4-hour gap between 2:30, when Hunter was apparently dropped off in air brackets early, from what we were told. Do we know what happened between then and 6:30? We don't. We've had little bits of information from like Granda's, and she went to sleep and they were planting flowers and all this rubbish that we have to sift through to try and work out what's true and what's not. But what does Ronnie Lawson think happened at 2:30? Interesting question, filled with question marks. I don't know. Does he think something happened at that swimming hole? Does he think she was unwell? I mean, there's only so many things that you could do whilst you've got a kid in the car, and reasons why you would get rid of her, like take her somewhere. Would you be taking her to give her to somebody? I don't know. Thank you, sweetheart. It's really nice of you. Thank you. I don't know, and this is where we're going to have to fill this 4-hour gap. This is where we're all now trying to fill this 4-hour gap. And let's just hope, if there is anybody listening to this stream that has any information, obviously you need to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. If you don't want to call the police, you can always contact me. I will pass any information on. I'll speak to you behind the scenes. But we do need to try and fill this 4 hours. If you know the family, if you saw them around about the time, if you saw them on that day, you know, we need to try and close this 4-hour timeline, because I don't believe that Summer really went back to that property that afternoon. I don't know what you guys think, but I think she was ill. I think something happened at the water, and I think she went and met Don. And from there, the story was made up. But thank you very much for that. So yes, so my email address, it takes me a bit of time to get through to everybody, but my email address is crimestoriesobsessed@gmail.com. If anybody who wants to get hold of me there, always willing to chat to you guys. And, you know, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the mods. You do a really great job looking out for me on this channel and keeping the comments nice and drama free. But thank you all for tuning in, all 382 of you. Thank you so much. And I will be making another video. It's going to be called The Dawn Show. That one might be uploaded later on tonight. It is literally all of my content regarding Don interviews. So just Don interviews, as in Don's communication in one video. Like, so it will just be Don talking, and it's all together in one place. So you can go through it, listen to all the lies, pull it apart, see what you think. But instead of going to all the different streams to try and find what Don said, you can find it all in one place. And then eventually I'll make a Candace show. All right then. Thank you for listening, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.